Hello and welcome to a new episode of JRPG Historia Future Perfect Canada Edition. I am your...
Are you going to say that for every episode while you're in Canada?
No.
Should we make a separate playlist?
Yes.
Or even a separate YouTube channel?
What should I sell, Space
Um,
Quartermaster Ryan McGinley?
Sell everything. You should really just box those.
No.
Excuse me, those bones.
The bones, okay.
Yeah.
Box up them bones.
And then you could just sell whatever else you're getting.
Okay. Alright. So I mentioned off air that Matthew and I saw, like, we were sort of at a loss for this is a real sequel to the last episode of JRPG Historia Future Perfect. So Matthew and I were in Chicago.
Are we going to have a previously on?
Previously on JRPG Historia Future Perfect, Matthew and I were in Chicago, period. And we were frequently at a loss as to really, like, what to do, so we just went to go see, like, a bunch of movies. And one of the movies we went to go see was Unfriended, which is that Skype horror movie.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of trailers for Unfriended.
Yeah.
Every trailer I've seen of Unfriended makes me think two things.
Okay, shoot.
This movie looks really stupid, and not in the, like, fun way. It just looks stupid in the stupid way.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to see it.
Okay. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad movie. There were, you know, I think Matthew and I, and you could ask him about this, like, on a podcast or something, but I think we both walked out of Unfriended being like, well, that was bad. We weren't expecting it to be good. But it is impressively committed to its premise. Because, like, there are ways in which you could half-ass that, Unfriended doesn't do.
Let me preface it with this.
Okay.
There was an episode of Modern Family that aired recently
Uh-huh.
that did the same premise.
Okay.
Of the entire episode was shot on a single character's computer screen and bounced between her on Skype calls and, like, looking up web pages and sending messages to people.
Yes.
And the novelty wore off after the first 5 minutes.
So the thing about Unfriended is it actually, like, there's like 25 minutes of Unfriended that you could cut out of Unfriended. Like, 25 minutes, not over the whole movie, but literally, like, starting point, ending point, that I think would be, like, a fun short. Like a VHS short.
Yeah.
Like, but, like, as an 84-minute movie, it's not, the first 30 minutes are terrible. Just super, super tedious. And there's, I don't know, there's one set piece in it that's kind of clever. I don't know. And they just do more. I had assumed based on the trailers that it was going to be a lot of Skype stuff, and I guess it is a lot of Skype stuff, but there are just, like, there's a part where the ghost in the computer, like, makes a fake free live cams pop-up ad play. Like, shit like that, where I was just like, you didn't need to do that, but that's kind of good.
The one thing that I've consistently seen in every trailer that makes me really, like, okay, this is just like not what this is what I hate out of horror movies, is the moment where one of the characters, like the ghost or whatever, is coming after him, and, like, his Skype cough, like, his screen flashes black, and then it comes back up on him being, like, attacked in the background. Then it goes black again, and then it comes up on him with his hand being, like, stuck in a blender.
In a blender, yeah. So that scene I actually didn't see because I went to the bathroom in the middle of the movie. But
and I'm like, just take your hand out of the blender.
Well,
but he's just sitting there screaming.
The sense I get is that something's probably compelling him to put his hand in the way the, like, thing kills people is sort of unclear, but it's clear that it is, like, possessing them and making them do things they don't want to do.
Well, that's kind of dumb.
It's a dumb movie. I'm not advocating going to see Unfriended. I'm just saying that, like,
it's gonna be behind.
I had assumed going into Unfriended that it was going to be one of those movies that is like written by a 43-year-old man that like tries to be really hip with millennials or whatever and fails, and it is like not that. Like it has a better grasp of how those various like programs and services work than I was expecting it to. Is really the only good thing I could say about it.
Maybe I'll watch it when it comes to like Netflix or something.
It's a bad movie once again.
I know, but like I feel like there's been enough people that have been like, man, this is changing like the face of horror. They're really modernizing horror with this.
That's not. That is in no way true. It is.
You need to go kill another Velociraptor.
Yeah, I know. I just need to find it.
It's probably in 9 or 10.
Is that it?
Start with 10. No.
No.
You will have the eyeball next to you.
Oh, right. The there's that one sequence that I thought was like pretty good in the middle of the movie, but like it's not a good movie. So, take that for what you will.
I saw Furious 7.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why is that here?
Because he's just hanging out.
I didn't like Furious 7. And
Furious 7 is not near as good as Fast 5 or Fast 6.
Okay.
I think the script is kind of really like, if not just bad, like off.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like
it's
because
bad.
of
it's a
it
bad
feels
script.
like because of the director change, especially like they're trying to copy what people really like about Fast 5.
Right.
But it just ends up being like this really weird, like Fast and Furious cliche-filled movie.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people have been saying that movie was restructured to like be about the relationship between Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, and I think that's kind of bullshit. I don't think that's actually true. Where do you fall on that?
I don't think that's true either.
I don't
If they
understand.
tried to do it like, then there must have been no Vin Diesel Paul Walker stuff originally, because
there's like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
Of like them broing out together.
Maybe try 8.
Okay. And do you also agree with me that the ending of that movie, if you view it in the vacuum of the movie, is crazy and ridiculous?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yes.
Okay. Good. That's all I really wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Those two things.
I think there is like 1.5 good action scenes.
Yeah, there's like stuff I like. I liked the part where they drop the cars out of the plane.
Yeah.
I didn't like the
that.
rest of it very much, but I liked that part, and I liked the part where they drive the car through the 2 buildings.
Yes.
that was pretty fun.
I don't like the Ronda Rousey fight because I think it is just choreographed and shot horribly.
Yeah, really, really poorly.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's like you have Ronda Rousey, who's an actual MMA fighter. Why the fuck would you shoot her?
Yeah.
Sorry.
They do much better with Gina Carano in 6.
Okay. Oh God. Get up. Yeah, Furious just didn't. That movie is also like, for somebody like me who hasn't seen any Fast and the Furious movies, like just the most laughable. Like there's no character development in that movie.
No.
Like there was not a single point A to point B like narrative through line.
And that's really a shame, because that's one thing Justin Lin was very good at doing, is because there's so many new characters introduced and like brought back and stuff between all the films. Fast 5 especially, when they're like bringing a heist team together, like all the characters feel well-rounded, even though not a lot of time is spent characterizing them. So like to introduce a character that is basically just a MacGuffin is really disappointing. Especially when that actress is really good.
And like all that stuff with just her getting her memories back, like it was so unclear to me for the entirety of that movie whether or not that was her getting her memories back, or...
Yeah, like that was unclear to me also.
Okay. Yeah, fuck that movie. Alright.
And like the idea that they got married like off screen of all these films is weird.
Yeah, I just assumed that happened on screen.
No, not at all.
Which is, oh no! Well, that's fine. I'm not really in it for the reward. I just need to beat all the goddamn quests.
How humble of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the reward back to the village elder. Sends me on everything. Alright, where's that Velocidrome?
He's going to be in 3. He was headed towards 3.
Okay, good. Oh boy, Monster
Remember,
Hunter.
you can sprint.
Right, Monster Hunter, man.
Hey, they're making that new one.
The RPG?
Monster Hunter Stories. I mean, this is an RPG.
Right, I know, it's a Japanese role-playing game. Hence, why I am forced to suffer through it at this moment.
There it is.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to play it, so I don't know why I'm
eventually.
saying maybe. Come on. Die. Oh god. Oh god. That's right. This thing I just need to hit once over and over again.
Yeah,
until
you
it
just
dies.
stagger something to it.
There we go.
Have you heard of that new Sword Coast Legends?
No. Is that a real thing that you're saying to me right now? 'Cause
Yes,
it sounds
it
fake.
is. It is in the series of like the D&D games, in the same vein as like some of the Baldur's Gate and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
it's
that sounds like a name of one of those.
It's multiplayer based, and like it supports up to 5, with the 5th being a DM. And apparently, like, you can craft entire campaigns and persistent worlds and stuff.
That's cool.
Sounds interesting. It's supposed to come out like later this year, so I've just been kind of following the development of that.
Yeah. If that's cool, we could do FGN as a video series.
That's what I was thinking. We could do like a little one-off or something, maybe.
Yeah, or not a one-off, or just do.
Yeah, I mean, if it works,
Yeah.
we could do the one-off to see if it works.
Yeah. I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC.
I don't think my computer would run that at a like well
Yeah.
enough capability
Yeah.
that I should get it.
I think there must be some part of my computer that's not the graphics card that's like old, because I got like a really good graphics card and it's still like I can't run it at max settings.
I want to play this heist with you though. So
Yeah. I was excited about the potential of the video editor in that game, and it seems like there's what?
there have been some good ones already that I
Yeah. And so I saw that people were talking it up, and I was like, that's great. And then I fooled around with it, and there were a lot of problems that were going to make me not use it. Like, it doesn't seem like you could do a fucking tracking shot in that thing. Like, you could
Really?
have it follow a character, and that is a tracking shot, but I can't have, like, place the camera here, then at the end of this time have it move to here.
That's weird.
And, like, I was just thinking about, it's like, well, it's a fucking virtual playground where I can make movies. I want to have tracking shots.
Right.
Like, come on.
Have you seen that Franklin on the forklift video?
No, I have not.
I'll have to
Do
show
I need
you
to
that
keep
afterwards.
screamers for any reason?
Keep them around just in case for now.
I don't care.
Because we have to capture that cut coup anyway.
Oh,
so.
okay. Calls, huskberries. So yeah, that was disappointing. You also seemingly can't get into the Rockstar editor from online. Like, you can record stuff in GTA Online, but then you have to dump out to the story mode to access the editor.
That's
Which,
weird.
like, also killed it. Because, you know, I was thinking, like, oh man, it would be really cool to, like, get a bunch of people together and, like, choreograph things in the online mode.
That
you could then-
sounds like a lot of stuff that they will probably patch, because
Yeah, I hope so.
if they want to make that a usable feature.
Like, it's
A lot
weird
of
because
people
it's super robust in some ways, but there are just these glaring things that I guess it's possible that they're in there and I just didn't find them, but
Just like you can make so much machinima stuff even out of that, because of like when you have a mic plugged in, your character's lips move as you
Right.
talk and stuff like that. So like the idea that there are those restrictions
Yeah.
is crazy.
I hope I'm wrong and that there's just some way to do it that I didn't realize and that I will find out soon. Which? Gen Prey or Gen Drome?
I would do Gen Prey or Aya Prey.
Okay, let's do Aya Prey.
That's in the jungle zone, just so you know.
Ugh.
So,
What's Gen Prey in?
probably the swamps. Okay, do that because that's where we're going to be fighting Gypsaros.
Have I been to the swamp zone?
No, this will be a new zone.
Well, I can hardly contain myself. Okay. Slay the Gen Prey. Ooh. Now it's playing Bloodborne.
No, there's not enough Victorian crap going on.
There's not enough riflemen and top hats. Then you get to that one part of the game where there are more riflemen and top hats, but they have white top hats.
Yeah. And if you have enough insight, they like get another move. I was rolling around in that game with 80 insight.
Yeah, I'm still rolling around with 80 insight. Like, every time I hear somebody say something about Bloodborne where it's like, oh, you're really fucking up because you're doing this, it makes it so much harder. It's like, no, that game's easy as fuck. I'm sorry.
It really is. I didn't even realize that insight was making the game harder until I told Clint, like, yeah, I have like 80 insight, so if you want to do multiplayer, he was like, what? If you go above like 12, it makes the game significantly harder. I was like, it does?
I was like, that's shocking because I've never once like used insight.
So then hearing that, I just used insight to buy a bunch of stuff at the insight store.
Yeah, I haven't even done that. Like, man, what a fucking... Sorry, I'm just getting bummed out about Bloodborne again. Where am I going?
You have to go find the Aya Prey, and you'll probably get a cutscene for it because they're new monsters. So I would say 10, 6, or 3 probably.
Okay. Well, I'll hit all the the faves. 10, 6, 3, maybe even 9 and 5.
Yeah. Maybe stop by an 11 to check in.
Man, Bloodborne is going to be a pretty breezy JRPG Historia playthrough.
Is that an Aya Prey? No, that's Velasco.
Probably not as breezy as our Dark Souls playthrough was, because we did that for like 6 episodes. It really fucking demolished that thing.
I mean, but you gotta get the true ending.
That's true.
Wait, are we doing Gen Prey?
We're doing Io Prey.
No, are we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No,
Nope,
we're doing Gen Prey. I thought I selected... I'm
Aya Prey was the one in the jungle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Are these Gen Prey?
These are Gen Prey.
Okay. How many do I need to slay again? 20?
20.
God.
But you have 50 minutes this time.
So basically the difficulty scaling in this game is just what if we made you kill more of them?
Yes.
This game kind of sucks, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I'm coming at you with like from I think a more level-headed perspective now. Like there are times I've enjoyed myself, but like this game kind of sucks.
No, I don't disagree. This game suffers heavily from the fact that the story mode only has like 4 boss monsters, maybe 5.
Yeah, that's pretty bad considering that's the whole thing in this game.
Whereas in like the Monster Hunter 4 has like 40.
Well, that certainly sounds like more.
Yes, it is more. Some would say 8 times more.
Or even 10 times.
Possible.
Did you ever consider that?
That is highly possible.
Okay. Let's go. Come on. I wonder when there's going to be a video game that comes out that I really want to play.
I've fallen into that like hole of I have a lot of games, but I don't want to play anything.
I don't even feel like I have a lot of games. Like, I guess I have my unopened copy of Far Cry 4, but I don't know what I could possibly get out of Far Cry 4.
What do you have that on?
PS4.
I'll play co-op with you if you want.
Maybe, but it's just like, I just think about it, and I think about me. And I think about what I like, and I'm like, am I gonna... Like, I'm fucking level 17 in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I don't even like it that much.
That's right, you got Advanced Warfare. We have not talked about this, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't get where you're coming from with that game being better, like, more fun to play than Titanfall. I feel like...
I think it's just a personal preference of how the character feels to me.
I guess to me it just feels way like uh, way more jagged. Like the thing I really liked about Titanfall was it kind of felt like you were slip sliding around.
See, I don't like that about Titanfall.
It's so good though, because it makes like all of the wall running and jumping feel like the same as when you're just running around. Like it's cohesive, and then Call of Duty, it's just like you run like a Call of Duty guy, and occasionally you can double jump.
Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer like the snappier kind of feel that Advanced Warfare provides. But fuck you!
I feel like Advanced Warfare like feels. I feel like it's made me like Titanfall a little bit more because I used to think that Titanfall was just like Call of Duty with that Titanfall bullet point stuff stapled onto it. I feel like that's actually exactly what Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is and not what Titanfall is. Because
But that's what Halo 5 will be.
yeah, because it's like transparently just like, oh, I am running exactly like I would run in one of those Call of Duty games, except
Like,
there's a
I'm
double
going back.
jump.
I've still been going back and playing Titanfall because I have literally nothing on my Xbox One to play. I kind of whimpered out on Ori and the Blind Forest. It seems like a good game, but
Yeah,
hey,
but it wasn't doing much for you.
no.
Um,
Just the combat of that game makes me like not want to play it
Yeah.
because that's like half the game. But anyway,
I wish somebody would make a game where the multiplayer like flow was structured more like Call of Duty, but it played like Titanfall, like Titanfall without the mechs. Like that's really what I want. Like,
I mean, every time I've been playing Titanfall, I've just been playing like the pilot only.
yeah,
stuff.
that was the stuff that I really liked.
Like I've still enjoyed going back and playing Titanfall. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I guess maybe I'm also like there are a lot less people playing Titanfall than there are playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's true.
So running into the same people and the idea that there are only like really 6 or 7 guns in Titanfall. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I'm not saying that Titanfall is like a more complete game or like a better game on the whole necessarily. Like I don't know enough about those games to really make that sort of value judgment, but like in raw mechanics of just like I move a character in one, I move a character in another, I feel like Titanfall feels way more like unique.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's just maybe that uniqueness doesn't click as well with
doesn't
me.
work for you, which is, you know, that's fine. I don't begrudge that. I mean, I sort of feel like I can't talk to you anymore, but
Yeah, you know.
beyond that, it's
Babadook
pretty-
is better than the it follows, but hey. Go to 6.
It's better in some ways.
No, I like I said, like last episode. This really is the sequel to
Yeah,
last
yeah.
episode.
This is the sequel. JRPG Historia Future Perfect presents the sequel to episode 18.
I
Or
think we have our title
17.
name.
The sequel to episode 17.
This should be called episode 17 part 2.
The
Anyway.
return of episode 17.
I think I like the premise for It Follows more like
Mm-hmm.
more than I like the execution, where I like the execution of the Babadook better.
Yeah, that's... Well,
I don't know. It's
I
so
sort
weird.
of-
It's because they're so different.
yeah,
Like,
they are
both-
different.
Just stylistically and everything, they're very different.
I think ultimately I prefer... I don't know. I really respond to horror movies that feel like the menace of the horror movie was designed to be like interesting to shoot
Yeah.
from like that sort of filmmaking perspective, and It Follows is definitely a movie where it's like it feels like the contrivances of what this thing does is like designed for like really cool shots.
Yeah.
And I like
And
that
even-
element of it, but like the Babadook is definitely a more... Babadook has a better script than It Follows,
And
I
I
think.
think it is acted much better also.
I pretty much like
I
all
think
the
It
acting.
Follows is acted very well.
Mhm.
I think that's just a
I mean,
huge
yes, the
compliment.
central performance of the Babadook is more... I guess I wouldn't necessarily call it better acted so much as I'd call it, like... I'd probably sooner say better written just by virtue of no character and It Follows really having, like, an emotional powerhouse. Like, it doesn't feel like the
That's-
fault of the actors.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah, I also think that It Follows has a strength in that, like, the monster of the movie, like, the idea of it can be, like, frightening to anybody,
yeah.
where the Babadook is much more of a personal
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of monster.
Yeah, they're both really good. They're both very good movies.
3 should be your next.
Okay. 3. Then I'll be done, and then I can stop playing Monster Hunter for like another day, and that's gonna be pretty exciting for me. Whoa, jeez. You know. In the Metal Gear Solid 3.
But hey,
Shoot this Gen Prey in the head. Complete your mission.
hey, Insidious Chapter 3 is coming out soon, and it's going
They've
to be a
made 3 Insidious movies?
The third is coming out, and it's a prequel. I saw the second one in theaters. It was bad.
I keep seeing the trailer to the new Poltergeist.
Looks stupid.
Yeah.
There's dolls though, and I don't like that.
Yeah, there was that doll part.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Matthew and I also went to go see, I guess Monster Hunter now, because there's so little to talk about. It's just where I talk about movies I've seen. But
Yeah.
Matthew and I also went to go see Ex Machina, which is really good. People should see it. It's like a sort of low-key science fiction thing about this guy who like wins a lottery to go to the president of his like corporation's reclusive waterfall mansion and essentially be the human element in like a Turing test with this female like android robot. And it's pretty good. It's got some script problems, but other than that, it's pretty good. It's really well directed and really well acted.
Okay.
So,
Have you seen the first original Friday the 13th?
no, I have seen. I want to say I saw the last hour of. No, I probably saw like the last 25 minutes of Friday the 13th Part 4. I want to say
Okay.
Part 4 is. I think Part 4 is the one they called the final chapter, and then Part 5 is the one they called A New Beginning,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny.
8 is
Is that the Manhattan one?
8 is Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, but it actually takes over that cruise ship,
Yeah.
and then runs around in the sewers of Manhattan for like 15 minutes.
And then 10 is
Jason Goes to Hell?
no, 10 is Jason Goes to Space.
Oh, Jason X, right?
Jason X. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Do you know the plot to the first Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I mean in broad strokes.
Uh,
There's the kids at the camp and they think Jason's stalking them, but then actually it's Jason's mom.
okay. Because I watched that again the other day, and I forgot that was like the thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, upon watching it, I was like, oh, that's right, it's his mom. And then I was thinking, if somebody just knew general knowledge about the Friday the 13th franchise, and then watched the first one, they would be so confused.
Yeah, that's true. It is like not something they dwell on in basically any other Friday the 13th movie that I can think of.
Also, Wes Craven has only made, like... He's only he's only created 2 good horror movies.
What are they?
Last House on the Left.
Mm-hmm.
And even that one's pretty iffy. And Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
There's a really big problem with Wes Craven's movies where he relies on rape too much as a horror trope.
I don't remember any rape in Last House on the Left. I think you're thinking of a different movie.
And he also made The Hills Have Eyes, and that is also really bad. With
Do
that stuff.
you think I should sell this Gen Prey stuff?
Yeah, check the armor guy. You might be able to make some Gemprey armor eventually, which might be like significantly better than the stuff you have now.
Gen Prey helm.
Hit square. That's not significant.
Yeah. Okay, let me just double check and see if we have that quest so we can do it tomorrow.
It'll just be on rotation, so we'll
No.
get it eventually. Once you clear out the other couples.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do the Gendrome tomorrow. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Anything could happen.
JRPG Historia Future Perfect deactivate.